What's up, guys? Mermaid Liv here, and today I'm at my own secret beach. That's right, this is where I spent a lot of my quarantine. Couldn't go to the beach, didn't have a pool, couldn't go to my friends' houses who had pools because, you know, that was not allowed. So I came here down to this creek. This is the Neshaminy Creek in Pennsylvania, and this is I'm a creek mermaid, and this is where I live as a mermaid. Yeah, so I'm in a tale that I made. Let me show you it. Also, there's my dog over there. I have some tips for beginner mermaids. You're just learning about mermaids. You're just realizing you want to be a mermaid. You're just becoming a mermaid. You got your first tail. Here is some information that I think everyone could benefit from who is new to this.
You say goodbye and I say shalom, shalom, shalom. I don't know why you say goodbye, I say shalom.
I've been a mermaid for 7 years. Please be environmentally conscious. Look what I found today. A balloon. I know balloons are fun, but we need to be careful about balloons. Don't release them into the wild. I know it's a fun experience, but the planet dying is not going to be a fun experience. Anyway, my first bit of advice is start small. I know when you first learn that a professional mermaid is a thing, you're like, oh my god, that's a dream job, I want to do that. And then it doesn't happen after a little while, and it just seems like a pipe dream, but the thing is, it's not. You want to have reasonable expectations. Like, you can't just become a professional mermaid, you can't just jump right to having the really nice tail. You gotta start out with the cheapest tails. We don't want to be getting knockoff tails. Those are, they use pictures of Finfolk production silicone tails, and they take the design and print it onto a fabric tail, and they're usually cheaply made, probably made by slave labor, and they steal designs, so try to avoid those. Some good brands are FinFun, Aqua Mermaid, Mermaid Cat, Suntails. Those are good beginner tails. And then, you know, you don't want to just go right ahead and get a really expensive, really nice tail when you're new, because you still have a lot of practice to do. So you don't want to get a super nice tail that by the time you may be using it for more high-end or professional things, it would be all damaged by then. So start with something small, and after a little while you'll be a better swimmer, you'll be more responsible with maintenance of it, most likely. And then also, you know, a lot of like 12 and 13-year-olds start mermaiding even younger, and you're still growing. You're just a guppy and you're still growing. So you don't want to buy too nice a tail when you're that young, because you'll outgrow it, and that would be sad. I mean, at least you could, you know, it could be hand-me-down. That's my first bit of advice for a new mermaid. And then for some advice on swimming as a mermaid. So if you're not a strong swimmer and you have trouble swimming without a tail, don't swim in a tail. And if you are, and if that describes you, but you want to swim in a tail, really you just have to like learn the proper ways to swim. You need to practice without a tail. It can be dangerous to swim in a mermaid tail if you're not a good swimmer. You shouldn't go alone if you're a new mermaid and you're not very experienced with mermaiding. Always have someone with you, because you never know what's going to happen, especially if you're in a natural body of water, like the ocean, for example. Mermaiding in ocean and waves, it can be kind of hard. It pushes you around. If you go out too far, you might have trouble swimming back. I've done that before, and my mom was there, so I was okay. So yeah, practice swimming without a tail. First know how to swim, then know how to do the dolphin kick, which is just when you kick with your legs together. Practice doing that without a monofin or a tail or anything, and then once you feel comfortable with that, then get a monofin, because then your feet are more stuck together. Start with a cheap one like a Fin Fun monofin, a Finnies monofin. They are a little more expensive than Fin Fun, but they have some really good options for younger people. And then once you get good at swimming in a monofin, then either get a tail, or if you can't afford a tail, a good alternative. Yeah, I see people wearing leggings with their monofin, like mermaid print leggings. And that kind of gives you the illusion of mermaiding, but at a fraction of the cost. It's also safer, because if you need to get out quicker, your legs aren't confined in a mermaid tail. So yeah, that's a good option. And then once you're good with that and you have money, get yourself a dang mermaid tail. Practice in that mermaid tail. Some tips for swimming. Always keep your toes pointed, so your whole body looks kind of flat that way, rather than being like that. It kind of helps hide your heels a little bit. We don't want to bend our knees too much, so it's like so. Sometimes people swim and they bend their knees, and instead of actually pushing the water to kick, they're just kind of doing like a inchworm thing, like this. So that's not how you do it. So I mentioned earlier, have reasonable expectations. If your dream is to become a professional mermaid, just know it takes a while. So you might think, oh, well, that sounds like an easy job. It's not like you have to go get a 4-year degree or anything. But, I mean, it's taken me at least 4 years to become a professional. I mean, I've seen people that have done it relatively quickly, but that's probably a rare example, Most people, it takes a really long time. It takes a lot of time and effort and money, practice, which is effort. So don't expect to just get a mermaid tail and become a professional mermaid, okay? Most professional mermaids are at least 18. And that's all the advice I got for right now. A future video, part 2, could happen. Who knows? I'm gonna go swim around. It's a little cold in here, but I gotta get me some swimming in. See you next time. Bye. I'm not alone because my dog's here. Did you see that? Monster. Whew, it's getting cold in here. Guess it's not that secret. Harvey! Chill!